Now, Obama, far from defending rights, of course, has used the National Espionage Act of 1917 more than any other president combined. I think it's been used something like, and I'm losing track of it because he's using it so frequently, I think he's done something like 9 out of the 9 times it's been used since 1917. He's done 6 of them, I think. Maybe it's now 10, and he's done 7. One of the people that has drawn the ire of the administration is James Risen of the New York Times. And he has an article that just came out. Before the shooting in Iraq, we had a warning about Blackwater. And of course, we have that article up as well as a link to it on Infowars.com. Blackwater threatened to kill State Department officials in Iraq. This guy says, I took Mr. Carroll's threat seriously. We were in a combat zone where things can happen quite unexpectedly. Well, what was that threat? Well, it turns out that this is weeks before they shot 17 civilians in Baghdad's square in 2007. That was Blackwater guards that shot 17 civilians in Iraq. Weeks before that happened, they sent investigators to the area to see what was going on. And Blackwater's top manager there issued a threat to these State Department investigators. He said that he could kill the government's chief investigator and, quote, no one could or would do anything about it as we were in Iraq. Now, the American embassy officials sided with Blackwater. So when this investigator from the State Department goes there, is threatened by Blackwater that he will kill him, and they go to the American embassy officials in Baghdad, they side with Blackwater. And this is a group that has gotten a contract at that time worth more than $1 billion. And these guys do whatever they wish. And it was just a few weeks after that that they shot and killed 17 civilians in the square. You talk about blowback, you talk about unintended consequences, and yet this is really what they want. They want continual war. They want to foment disruption and unrest everywhere. That's why we had what happened in Benghazi, giving weapons to these factions. Now, of course, you've got, just as we see here in this example, you do have people who are compartmentalized. They think they're doing the right thing. They want to do the right thing. And yet we see that when you've got an investigator who is trying to do the right thing, he's shut down by the American embassy. And he came back and said, it looks like these Blackwater contractors think that they're above the law. They see themselves as above the law. That clearly is true. It says they created an environment of liability and negligence, and as we saw just weeks after that, we had a massive massacre there in Iraq, which is still having repercussions. You think they're going to be able to keep Iraq under control? You think that they're going to be able to turn it into a democracy? Is that really our job to do that anyway? I don't think it is.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.